Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this one, we're doing another dressing the part video, of course, as you can tell by the title. And this time we're doing the Trapper, which basically, more or less, just a hunter. You know, think like heck, there's a whole Trapper DLC in this game, so do with that what you will. But starting off, once again, I did try to go and make 3 different outfits for it. One for a different situation each. And this one is more or less for the warmer climate areas, so mainly the southern parts of the map. You know, New Austin, the south side of West Elizabeth, and the more southern side of Lemoyne. But moving on, now remember, these are mostly just guidelines, not actual rules like, oh, this is how I make this specific outfit. This is what I came up with. Now, I didn't really want it to look too much like he was up in the mountains or something all the time, so I didn't throw on a coat, I just simply threw on a vest. But for hats, because I figured you don't want to just see the same 2 or 3 hats the whole time, I actually threw on the denim hat, because it's got the one side pinned up, which is to, I'm trying to remember, I think it's to make it so when the sides don't compete with the hat on your rifle. Scratch that, reverse it. So the hat doesn't compete with the sides. But if you didn't want that, you could easily throw on the Cordell hat, the Woodward hat, Clovelly hat. Pretty much so long as it has the type of look for a hunter type character. Like, I would almost throw on just about any of these. Yeah, most of them work. Moving on, again, eyewear, that's just preference. Masks, I'm not going to recommend a mask, just because you're not really, they wouldn't really be robbing people too often, as far as I can tell. I just clicked the mask again, dang it. Bandanas, well, bandanas, yeah, you could easily throw on a bandana, just because they were a utility item of the time, and pretty much everyone that did not live in the town wore one, as far as I can think. Most people had some form of bandana, because you use them to tie up things and all that, so I just threw on the neckerchief, because I liked it, and I thought it looked better than the bandanas. But yeah, you can throw on either one. I would advise toward avoiding the super dressy looking stuff, unless you're making that type of character. Coats, I didn't throw on a coat, but if you wanted to, you could. For a hotter type of area, I would recommend something like the leather jacket, or where is it? Or duster coat, just because this color of duster coat in specific, or is it this one? It's one of these two. Actually matches up really well to the type of basically raincoat that they had back at the time. You could also throw on something like the Benbow jacket, which I kind of like it. I think I got it when it was available and it was a bit too orange. Riggs fringe coat, Walden coat, Claiborne coat. Actually, this one looks pretty good. The Fernwater one. I always like the Fernwater coat. Pittman, Rexroad. Although Rexroad and Pittman are more for the northern areas. But yeah. Moving on. Ponchos. I won't lie to you, it's pretty much your choice. because I like the ponchos. Just I don't think I'd throw them on with this outfit due to it taking away the bandana. Vests. Now I wanted something more rugged for the vest, just because I figured it's either wear a vest or don't wear a vest, and I like having vests, so I want something rugged. I went with the outdoorsman vest because it kind of had that buckskin look to it. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a buckskin vest, but you could also throw on something like the traditional vest, which always looks good. Just pretty much as long as you make sure it looks worn, then it'll look pretty dead on for a trapper. Shirts. I went and threw on the everyday overshirt just because that was the type of shirt that most people wore at the time. Suspenders, they don't really matter. You're not going to be seeing them, but yeah, basically dealer's choice on that. Gauntlets, I don't really recommend them because they were more for cowboys, roping cattle and stuff. But to be honest, all these could work for a trapper type character. Let's see here. There is also gloves. Gloves. There's all sorts that you can choose from. Me, I would have went with the hand wraps, which I do think look good. Or actually, let's throw these on. The rifleman gloves look pretty good. Gloves are gloves. They look good. Belts, you're probably not going to be seeing them. Buckles. This is one of the few actually fancier looking pieces I have on the outfit. Because what would basically happen is, let's say someone got arrested and they needed money to pay bail and they didn't have any cash or anything on them. You could just simply take the buckle off, hand it over, and there you go. Weapons equipment. Now, I do want it to look worn, as I've said multiple times, I believe. So I throw on the Deadboot gun belt, just because I like it. I think it looks good. Although, you could throw on pretty much any gun belt you really wanted to. About trinkets, I threw on the Whitford compass, just because I like having it on there for pretty much any type of character, just because you can either pretend it's a compass or a pocket watch. Either one works. I tend to think of it as a pocket watch. Bandoliers, dealer's choice. Just this is the only ones that I had, and I thought looked good. Moving on, pants. Again, worn. So I went with the studded pants, just because they're pretty much my go-to for whenever I need something that looks worn. There is also the padded saddle work pants, which is basically the same but with a reinforced seat. Yeah, pretty much any worn looking pair of pants will work. And then I didn't throw any chaps. You can if you want. I'd recommend something more along the lines of the military half chaps or 10 half chaps. Or since it is meant for up in the northern or southern areas of the map where you'll probably be finding cactus and stuff, could throw in the Batwing chaps to protect your character's legs. Boots, again, want them to look worn. Throw on the Warden Roper's boots. I think they look great for this. And then spurs, again, I pretty much always wear spurs just because my character rides a horse everywhere. So I threw on the Gurdon Rider spurs, or the Gurdon spurs. And yeah, that's it for this outfit. I'm gonna move camp and stuff, and I'll show you the next one. Alright, I'll see you there.
No, I have not been to Fort Morgan. I know little of cities. I am a trapper, living alone mostly in these last years, but I would descend into town every so often with my pelts. Sell 'em and talk. Keep my hand in, talk. You got to keep your hand in talking, even if you live in the wild.
Please, true practice.
In town, I would talk to them was interested. Saloon, mostly, till they asked me to take my business elsewhere. What kind of sense that makes? There was only the one saloon. Keeper called me tedious. Tedious. Me. If tidings from the greater world are tedious. I would descend from the mountains, not having talked for many months, with much to tell. Much to tell, having stored considerable. Though for many years I did not live alone in the wild, I did have a consort, a stout woman of the hunk Papa Sioux. We had a companionship of sorts, but there is a lady present. A life together marked by the passing of the seasons and the corresponding travels of game. In the latter she took very little interest. Well, her duties was domestic. I would track and trap, and she would tarry hearthside. We did not talk. She had no English, and I am not schooled in the gibberings of the nations. Well, I say we did not talk, but sometimes we would. Often at length, each in our own tongue without benefit of understanding the other. But the sound of a human voice is a comfort when you're cabined up in the woods and all'd otherwise be but the murmur of wind and the plop of snow from an overloaded branch. Well, I said not understanding each other, but 'twarn't entirely so. I could often read by means of the tenor of her speech or certain facial expressions, the emotional import of what she was saying, and she was often vexed with me. I seldom knew why. And then she moved on.
Did you love her?
Oh, I don't know. I never even knew her name. But I will say this.
Alright guys, I'm back with the second outfit. And for this one I went for more of a Buffalo Bill type look. And I just looked at the thing. But yeah, I went for more Buffalo Bill type look. You know, basically like a trapper that maybe still lives in the city and stuff, or still lives in a town and all that. He just enjoys hunting and he has fun doing it. So, yeah. Kind of like the same sort of thing that Teddy Roosevelt did. You know, fairly wealthy guy going hunting, but let's get around into it. Now, for hats, just because it fit the overall feel I was going for quite a bit, I went and threw on the Sunderland hat, which comes from let's see here, it comes from the Sunderland outfit, which, I won't lie, really good outfits. I would highly recommend if you have the money. If you want to throw on eyewear, you easily could. I didn't, but I think that there's a couple pieces of eyewear that would actually look pretty good. Mainly the two glasses. I feel like they'd look pretty good with the outfit. Masks, no. Bananas, can you wear? Okay, you can wear bananas with it. I didn't, just because I like this look a little bit better. Oh, if you wanted to, there is quite a bit that would fit pretty well. So yeah. By the way, if you're anything extra, my parents are watching a movie in the next room, so. Coats, I threw on the Robo jacket just because I love it. And I thought I looked the part really, really, really well. Oh, if you wanted to, or you don't have it, you could throw on something like the Montana coat. I know that most people tend to have that one just because it was, I think it was free. The Rexroad coat, although that's better for winter. The Pittman coat actually looks really good. The Glenwood coat would also fit that Buffalo Bill type look quite a bit, being the buckskin with the designs on it. And yeah, the Briggs fringe jacket or coat looks great. There's a lot of options. If you want to throw on a poncho, you could. I didn't. I don't really like wearing ponchos for hunting stuff. But if you wanted to, there was one that just released an Outlaw Pass. I think it's called a Forester Poncho. It could work. I don't really like it. Vests. I don't think okay, I'm not wearing a vest right now. But again, if you wanted to, it could pretty much be your choice almost. There are a lot of them that work really well. That one works very well. And the other ones, this one kind of works pretty well. That I think might be a bit too fancy for hunting, but yeah. Let's see, there's one I'm trying to remember. The Rutledge vest works. And yeah, moving on. Now, just because I figured it looked really good with the outfit, I throw on the Roburrow coat, or shirt, just because I like how it has the button up where you can see the Union suit underneath. I think it looks really good. Suspenders, you won't be seeing them. Gauntlets. If you want to throw on gauntlets, I would recommend something like the leather gauntlets, just because they match the look. Gloves. For gloves, there are a lot that you could throw on. I just threw on the leather gloves because I figured they looked good with the outfit. But in all reality, there's a lot of gloves that you can choose from. Let's see here. Buckles and weapons equipment I kept the same, I believe. Let's see, this shouldn't be on here. There we go. I don't like wearing off-hand holster for every outfit. Pants, I went and threw on the Frontiersman pants just because I like them. Well, if you wanted to, you could throw on very, very many other pants. Chaps, I didn't throw on any. Because I am wearing the cavalry boots, and they don't tend to look good with chaps. If you absolutely wanted to, the military half chaps would look pretty decent. Boots, I would throw on the cavalry boots just because I wanted that Buffalo Bill type look. Although, again, pretty much any pair of boots that you want would work. And spurs, I went and threw on the Gurdon Morrow spurs just because fancy. But yeah, that's going to be it for this part of the video with the sort of middle type area, like not quite the north, but pretty much the center of the map where it's still fairly cold, and most of the time it says that's like 40 degrees. This outfit would fit pretty well there. Now, I'm going to switch outfits one more time and camps. And I'll get you one with the winter one.
Rifle will do.
You have no body?
Well, you see Lynn here? Smashed a boulder over his head. Fell off a cliff.
Snuck up on him, huh?
Just what the hell are you trying to imply?
The Pigeon Brothers weren't famous very long.
Alright guys, I'm back. And it is time for the final outfit. Now, sadly, not only you put your camp up in the Grizzlies, or in Ambrano, which I would have. Otherwise, so winter outfit's not in the winter, so there we go. But basically, what I went for was cold. Yeah, that's about it. But yeah, starting off, if you wanted to wear a garment set, you easily could. I just don't really care for them that much. Hats. I figured you can't really have a trapper without a coonskin hat. The coonskin hats that we have in the game kind of look like trash. So I went and threw on a, I think it's either a badger or a skunk. This hat, which I really like. Let's see here. Eyewear, again, your choice. Masks, I don't really recommend one. Bandanas, I don't think we can wear. Same thing with neckwear. Coat, you do have quite a few choices here. Some of the ones I would choose are the Rexford coat and the Pittman coat. If you don't like them, you could throw on something like the Riggs fringe coat. The Marabay coat is what I went with, and the Mac Bay coat. No ponchos, vests, doesn't matter, although if you're going to wear one, I would recommend the Morales vest, the Flores vest, Rutledge vest, or sheepskin vest, or the buckskin or lancer. It's his vest. For shirts, I went and threw on the Pittman shirt just because I figured it looked really good. It's something I did wear. I think it looks good with the jacket. Suspenders, don't have any. Gauntlets, you probably won't be able to see them. Gloves, I went with the Clellan gloves. Although you could throw on the Fashal gloves or the Ozcraft gloves. Both of them look pretty decent. In fact, most of the gloves in the game do. So, now, with weapons equipment. First off, gladly they finally made it to where you're not wearing a hula hoop with your jacket. But I went and threw on, as normal, the Deadboot gun belt. Just because I really like the way it looks. Trinkets, I just kept the same one. And bandoliers, you can either skip all together, or you can throw on one of these, which, teach your own. Pants, I went and threw on the studded pants once again. Nightgowns, no, can't wear overalls with it. Chaps, I just didn't, because boots. And my boots, I chose the moccasins, because I thought they looked good. And of course, you can't wear spurs with them. Yeah, that's it for this video. This is just an part I made. Let me know down in the comments what you'd like to see in the future in dressing the part. And well, that's gonna be it for this video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Oh yeah, I'll have a link down to the Arizona Ghost Riders YouTube channel, as that's where I got the name and the inspiration to do this series from. And yeah, great channel. Go check them out. Yeah. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and have a good one. Adios.